Today I'm going to be showing you guys a review of this tool I purchased. Recently did a water pump change in one of my trucks, and it was a real pain in the ass to get these hose clamps off with just a regular pair of pliers or even some long nose pliers, right? And so I really wish I had something like this, and after I did the job I went out and picked this guy up so that I wouldn't have to deal with that again. There's a lot of different brands like this. You can get some cheaper ones on eBay. I picked this up, at a brick and mortar Sears. I think I paid $36 for it because I had some points that I could use to knock it off. I think the regular price is probably $39. And I'm just going to take this out and show you guys how it works. Of course, the kind of clamps I'm talking about here are these kind of spring clamps. This comes off of a lower radiator size hose. This is more like a crossover size hose. This is more like an overflow size hose, just showing some different sizes. And so let's go ahead and show you how this guy works. Actually, I haven't used one of these before, so it'll be my first time as well. Get this guy open where he's stapled and get him out. It's basically all set up, ready to go from what I read. This little guy in here, I read, is just in the event that you have a problem with the end of the cable. It's a replacement piece with a little kind of like a set screw on it instead, in case the thing that's crimped on here comes off. And basically the deal with this is you've got two sides, and these guys clasp on to the spring, and then as you crank it, it squeezes closed and locks, and then when you want to let it go, you just have to release this here and it releases this tension, right? So definitely a safety goggle thing when you're using this type of tool. Across several brands, not just this one, I read examples of people mentioning that these tabs broke off on them. I mean, I don't know that that's anything other than manufacturing defects. I wouldn't say it's anything specific for any one tool. But the way something like this would work is you'd get it up underneath one of these clamps like this, and you'd get the other side on there as well. Of course, this I'll show you on an actual vehicle. I'm showing you on the bench here just to start. And then as you squeeze this guy, trying to get it where I can hold it and show it. As you squeeze it, it opens it up, and it locks into position. So a little bit of a lot of tension here. I'm going to squeeze it kind of like off the camera screen. And you can see kind of holds it into position, right? And then when you're ready to let it go, like I was showing earlier, you can use this little thumb release here. At least again, remember, first time I'm using this myself. There it goes. And then as I let it go, you of course heard it fall off on the end, right? So no mystery there, right? So the guy on the end here is designed, there's two sizes, right? So these kind of smaller clamps, like something like this, would fit this side, and then a bigger clamp, something like this, you would use the other side. And you'd be able to come in like that. And same kind of a deal, I'll try to give this guy a squeeze off camera. And he locks into position. And then I'm going to try to hold him and unlock him without him swirling around. Again, when you're on the vehicle, you won't have this swirling around problem. Then I can release that, and it comes off just like that. So it doesn't fall off the table like the other one. All right, so let's take a look at it on the actual vehicle. All right, I'm inside of one of my trucks here, and my target here is this spring clamp at the top of this crossover hose coming out of a water pump. And what I've done is I've given the guy a little squeeze just to kind of get it to the rough size of what this tension clamp looks like. And then I'm just going to come on under here, and I'm going to position him on the hose clamp like this. Hopefully you guys can still see. I'm going to hold it with one hand, and then I'm going to go grab the other hand. I'm going to give the tool a squeeze so that I can activate the tension. And now what I can do is if I wanted to, like, maybe I wanted to reposition this guy, I can, first I'm trying to lock him into position here. There. Now if I needed to, I could use this to reposition this, squeeze this around. Maybe I need to go one more click. There we go. And now I can say, hey, I want this away from the serpentine belt. I'm going to move it right over here. And then I'm going to release the tension. And that It's a little bit harder than I thought. There it goes. So you got to do this guy here, this particular lever. He gets into these teeth at the top, and that's what holds the tension. And then, it's a good feature, I guess, because it's very secure because there's a notch in these teeth, but makes them really tight. You actually have to give them a squeeze here to take the tension off with this hand and this hand to get them to unlatch. But that's it. That's how simple it is. I wish I had this tool earlier. I'm actually going to link this tool review to the video I did installing this hose and had to fight with it with a pair of pliers, because with a pair of pliers you don't have a lot of room to work in here, and so even if you have something that can grab the ends of the clamp here, you don't have a lot of room to position it, where something like this you can come in from the side or the front. An even worse one, and I don't know if we can see it in this video here, yeah, right down here. Now when I replaced this, I've got a worm gear clamp on it, but this lower hose that got changed out had that large spring clamp on it, and you can see that's super hard to get at with all your air conditioning lines and stuff in the way. But what you do with something like this, you come in with the large end like this, and you can just drop this guy down here. You just drop this guy down here and activate it and be able to take it off that way. So I think I'm going to be happy with this tool. Remains to be seen what the quality will be like. I went with the Craftsman one just because I wanted to see it, touch it, and see what it was about. Definitely, I'm going to be careful to watch what happens with these metal prongs, and they seem very strong to me. I think, the people I read about with this type of tool, not necessarily this particular one, but this type of tool having problems with that, could have been defects in manufacturing. I also read, this is a Craftsman tool with a lifetime warranty. This particular one is made in Taiwan. There's an earlier one with black handles I read that was made in France. The French one I hear might be a little bit thicker metal on these tongs, and might be these teeth rather, might be higher quality if you find something like that on eBay used or old stock. But either way, I like the tool, and I think it's going to be a nice addition to my toolbox, and I hope you guys found this review useful. And if you like and subscribe and have any questions in the comments, I'll try to help. Thanks for watching.